What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim Athanis, aka vypermajik, and today I wanted to talk about this GameStop dumpster diving video. Now, in case you guys haven't seen the original, I'll post a link in the description box below. But basically, this guy goes behind a GameStop dumpster. The name of the video is called "GameStop is Cheap and Greedy," by the way. And he goes in the back and he records basically dumpster diving. And he finds a ton of old CDs, game discs, controllers, and that sort of thing that have been broken. So either the cords have been cut or the discs have these gouges put in them. That's pretty clear that somebody from GameStop did it. It's not like every disc just happened to be scratched in the exact same place. But it renders this equipment inoperable, and they dump it. And the guy in the video was basically saying, you know, why is this not donated to charity, or why is this not given away? Why is GameStop in the business to go out and destroy property? I can't answer for GameStop, and I'm shocked that I'm even saying this, but I actually have to somewhat come to GameStop's defense here. Now, personally, I'm GameStop. I have not shopped there for a very long time. Although I like the store, and I like the idea of a place where gamers can go, and it's just about gaming, nothing else. It's a really cool hangout, and the few events that I used to go to, like when GameStop had their Smash Brothers release party, that was actually a lot of fun, getting to meet other gamers and talk about things. And this is, by the way, Smash on Wii U, so it's not the one that just came out. I haven't been going there for a while. But I'm just not a fan of the way that they do business, and I choose to, with my money as a consumer, take my money elsewhere. I appreciate that they do the trade-ins, but personally, I don't feel like the value is really there, and I don't partake in that. And that's just my opinion. That's just, you know, how I can do things. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. Doesn't mean mine's right just because I have a fancy Blue Yeti microphone or I'm playing Spelunky moderately well. But that's how I choose to handle things. Now, the interesting thing is that GameStop has since come out and said, hey, you know, we're actually, we give to charity a lot. Like, I don't know why you guys are being, you know, why are we being attacked? We're very charitable with Make-A-Wish, and we give a lot of our stuff away. And whether they do or they don't, I mean, I'm sure some of that is public record. You could probably look at their tax returns and see exactly what they're doing. I can't honestly see what logical reason GameStop would be destroying equipment instead of just either junking it or donating it, only because that's extra manpower they wouldn't have to expend. So it's a lot easier to take everything you have that doesn't work and put it in a box and throw it away. It's a little more difficult when you have to go through every single CD or every single piece of equipment and destroy it in some capacity. You have to hire somebody to actually do that. That might just be store employees working on their off time, but they could be doing other tasks as opposed to this. So we don't know, you know, that doesn't make sense just from a pure business standpoint. Alternatively, and again, we don't know this is why I think it's foolish for everyone to be so critical, is maybe these games don't work and GameStop is not only doing themselves a favor, but they're doing other consumers a favor by destroying them. Maybe the games, you know, after an hour it breaks down or something. I don't know. Maybe part of it's broken. I've had game discs that work fine and then just start acting up because there's a smudge or a scratch in them. And yes, the video, you know, does show the bigger stuff, but we don't know about what the little tiny stuff is. And as far as we know, those games don't work anyway. I mean, I would rather them test them and find out they're broken and have to eat that cost themselves than distribute it out in the wild and basically throw it on everybody else. So who knows? Maybe they're doing, maybe it's the exact opposite. Maybe something, you know, good is coming from this. I don't know. And it's really hard for me to say GameStop's doing anything good, honestly, but maybe that's the case. We just don't know enough to confirm nor deny. I will say it is interesting that a lot of the cords on some of the old headsets were cut. Those things, to me, don't seem to be necessarily a thing of, you know, those being broken per se. Maybe they're scratchy or something, but hardware is a little easier to fix in the right hands, and new cables can be spliced and everything. And I know GameStop's not in that business, and the reality is things lose value over time. And there's probably, you know, some algorithm they have to determine, you know, if this thing's been sitting on a shelf for so long, it's got to go. So again, why they're not just thrown directly in the garbage, I don't know. But yeah, I would just caution everyone to say, you know, before people get up in arms about this, I mean, there may be a more logical reason that we're not aware of. Again, though, the reality is, as consumers, we all have the choice and we all have the responsibility, not only to ourselves, but to other fellow consumers, that if we're not happy with the way things are going, we speak with the only thing we can speak with, which is our wallets. And if you're not happy with GameStop's business practices, then, we shouldn't stop at GameStop. We should take our money elsewhere, and we should support other businesses or other ventures and say, I don't appreciate what you guys are doing, and I think what you're doing is wrong, and this is how I'm going to act out. Now, is GameStop losing $1 million a year because, little measly old Jim isn't buying, the new games there? No, of course not. But, I'm doing my part, to myself, and I feel morally obligated to, speak with my wallet, and that's how I do it. I take my business elsewhere. Now, if, some of the other competitors that I go to start having some, goofy business practices, then maybe GameStop doesn't look so bad, but that's kind of the whole point of the market, supply and demand, and you want healthy competition. You want companies to try to give you the best bang for your trade and buck, if that's what you desire. And thanks to companies like GameStop, you now have other places. You have Walmart who's getting into it. Best Buy's been getting into it. So it's nice to have some of the competition, because who knows, maybe without those companies in place, GameStop's would be the only business in town, and they would lowball people even more than I think they already do. I don't know. But just my 2 cents on the cord cutting thing. I've really been seeing it follow and trend on the last couple of days, and obviously GameStop coming out today definitely added a lot more fuel to the fire in terms of public response and outcry. But again, I just urge people to think with their wallets first and foremost, because my poor little YouTube channel with 19 subscribers and less than 5,000 hits or whatever I have, they're probably not going to listen to me say, hey, I think your guys' business practice stinks. What they could listen to, though, is everyone saying, you know what, I don't like what you guys are doing. I think you can be more charitable. I think your prices do stink, and I'm going elsewhere. And then they'll have to adapt or they'll die. And that's how businesses work. Anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to be doing more news-type videos in the upcoming weeks. I'm going to try that out. Most of my videos have been focused primarily on just gameplay with overall impressions of games. But especially with E3 season coming up soon, we're going to be getting into a lot more news-related items, so I'll do my best to continue to stand up the channel, and the few loyal people that do watch me all the time or follow me on my blog, I greatly appreciate it. I still have a full-time job. I don't know if I'll ever be a official YouTuber per se, but I keep trying. Maybe one day it'll happen, and if not, that's okay too. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until then, I will see you guys on the other side.